Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, and on this episode we're going to be doing the quarter mod. Some people call it 50-cent mod, but I call it quarter mod, but I don't think it really matters because you're using quarters to pretty much shove it in between the harness and the plug-in, and that prevents it from unplugging underneath the valves, underneath the valve covers in here and there. So I'm going to have to remove this pipe, that pipe, and a few other things over here that get in the way, including the intake, and then we're going to get to the valve covers and install the quarter mod, and that will prevent the harness from unplugging because that's one of the weak things on a 7.3. Sometimes the harness actually disconnects and that kind of kills the engine or makes it run rough. So the quarter mod, they have shims that they sell, but a quarter actually fits just perfectly if you cut off the top of the head of the quarter. All right, let's get started. Let's start tearing all this stuff on top and get to work. Alrighty, let's go. This valve cover is really easy to remove because there's a lot of access on this side after you remove the intake and all that stuff. On this side, the hardest part is to get to the 2 bolts right there, one right there and one right there. I ended up using a little swivel with that 13, and that just kind of gets in there nicely, and then it sits really tight against this box right here. And pretty much all the other ones are fairly easy to get to. Now, to my surprise, it looks like this harness was replaced at some point because the quarter mod that goes on the harness goes over here on the inside. As you can see, it's a little bit different than this one right there because this one has a plug. And as you can see on this one, the plug actually slid down just a little bit and it's basically holding on to little tabs right here, one right here, one right here. And if there's a lot of vibration or something, it just basically disconnects that way. So basically your truck's gonna run like on 4 cylinders. So in this case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press it up as high as I can, and then it snaps, and then I'm gonna shove a quarter in here, and that'll basically hold and press this bracket up, and it won't be able to slide down, because as you can see, I'm pressing it with my finger, and if you press it and push it down, it's gonna slide out and lose power to the injectors. So in my case, it's not gonna be a 50-cent mod, it's gonna be only a quarter mod. Basically need to chop off just a little bit off the top, and then that's gonna go basically in between here. I'm gonna press it in there. Just shoved it in here. You can shove it in fairly easy with your fingers, and then I'm just gonna use a screwdriver to shove it in further down. There we go. Might need a little bit of a hammer. Tap it in there just a little bit. There we go. The valve cover will sit right here, and the quarter will never slide up. And now it's sitting nice and tight against this little connector, and it will never go down, it will never slide off. Basically the quarter will keep it in place, and you're pretty much good to go. They sell shims, I think, from the dealer, but it's basically the same thing. It's plastic instead of a quarter, and this will pretty much solve any future problems of the harness disconnecting. Alright guys, so that'd be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see any other content on 7.3, pedestal delete, plenums install, up pipes, or the exhaust install, or anything else on a 7.3, I got the links down below in the description, or you can go to the playlist and there'll be all the 7.3 stuff there. So guys, thanks for watching. If you're new, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.